From the Frank Beck Chevrolet Studio Annex, this is once again Time on Overtime on the Time on Overtime YouTube channel. I'm your host, Rick Arsenal, and please, if you haven't done so yet, first things first, get to the corner, smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you very much. This won't be too long, 10, 15 minutes, short show. We're getting ready to kick it off in Champaign-Urbana between Michigan and Illinois. And at the start of the game today, when they Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson doing the game, I liked the hats they were wearing. They gave us the look as though they were back in the early 20s. Nice effect, guys. Nice special effect. So they're playing this thing to the till down in Champaign-Urbana today because the Illini are celebrating, as I said this morning, celebrating their 100th anniversary of the Memorial Stadium, which, of course, opened back in 1924. Their uniforms will have the look the way it did back then. The helmets, while they are regulation helmets, would look as though they're leather. So it'll be a fun watch. Let's do this and then get on with this here. You know, the colder weather, folks, even though we're having Indian summer here the next few days, is really colder or closer than you want it to be. Don't worry, it'll be here soon enough. And, and that's where the service department at Frank Beck Chevrolet says now is the perfect time to make an appointment to make sure your vehicle is ready for the winter weather ahead. Let them check the strength of your battery, your belts, hoses, wiper blades, antifreeze, and more. Plus, now is the perfect time to get that new set of tires so you don't go skipping and sliding down the highway. And if you don't think your car will make it through another rough Michigan winter, let the sales pros at Beck's help you find a vehicle for all seasons. The 2025s are rolling in pretty much nearly every day on the lot, so their selection right now is tops. You check out their inventory on their webpage at frankbeckchevy.com, or better still, stop by the dealership on N99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville and let them help you experience the Frank Beck difference. Get your car in there and get it winterized. Get all ready for winter. Because Chevrolet, together, let's drive. All right, there we go. I think Michigan is still a 3.5-point favorite. This will be the first start for Jack Tuttle. As you may or may not know, Sean Moore anointed him the quarterback pretty much for the rest of the year, stating that he probably gives us the best chance to win. I think he's right. I think he's right about that. How old is Jack Tuttle now? Not quite old enough for Social Security yet, but didn't he play for Lee Corso? I don't know. Question of the day: how old is Jack Tuttle? Huh? Okay. So anyway, like I said, Michigan, as they're getting just about ready to kick it off, a 3.5-point favorite. I think Illinois wins today. I don't know why, but we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong. But Michigan State, once again, plays another night game tonight at Spartan Stadium as they will host Iowa. I believe they're about 5.5 or 6-point dogs to the Hawkeyes. I think that's on the Big Ten Network. I'm pretty sure it is. If you won't find it there, maybe it'll be on NBC tonight, prime time. Let's hope. Like to watch the Spartans tonight. Quickly, before we get into the Lions here, baseball. The Yankees put a ninth-inning dent in Emmanuel Clase last night with the game tied at 6. Beat the Guardians 8-6, so they have taken a 3-1 lead in that series as it is headed back to New York for game 5. Just as the Dodgers, I believe, have a 3-2 lead now over the Mets after Jack Flaherty pretty much got shelled last night Mets beat them 12-6. So the Dodgers still have a 3-2 lead when that series headed back to LA for game 6 tomorrow night on FS1. I believe it's at 8 o'clock. And that gets you caught up on baseball. As far as hockey goes, maybe about 3 minutes left in the second period, and the Wings have a 2-1 lead over Nashville. Goals by Larkin and Tarasenko. His first as a Red Wing. 2-1 right now, with just a couple of minutes left to go in the second period. Get you caught up on hockey. Again, you know how I feel about the Wings and Derek Lalonde. I think she should have been dismissed in the offseason. I don't think the Wings will make the playoffs this year. And certainly if they don't, Lalonde's got to go. Again, hopefully I'm wrong, but this is my humble opinion. Lions and Vikings tomorrow. Before we do, I'm going to give you an update on Hutchinson and his injury. You know, the best thing about this could have been within 3 hours after he went down last week in Dallas, he was having surgery at the Baylor Medical Center. And you won't find more competent physicians and surgeons than those guys down there. So he was certainly in good hands. And the good news is that there was no muscle or nerve damage, no damage to the tendons or ligaments. In fact, this is probably better than having a torn ACL or an MCL. It's not beyond the realm of possibility. He could be back within 3 to 4 months. That would get him back, mid to late January, just in time for the playoffs. Or maybe even better still, the Super Bowl, which is February 11th in New Orleans. Anyway, best of luck to Hutch. He's young and strong. I think he'll make a speedy recovery. Somebody asked me if he'll be the same player when he comes back. I think he will be. I don't think this will affect him one iota. As far as the Max Crosby rumors go, I filled you in on that Thursday. Nothing new to report on that. Cleveland's Zadarius Smith, when asked about the situation, said he wouldn't mind playing for the Lions because he used to play in this division anyway, and you give him a chance to play the Vikings and the Packers twice. He's 32. I don't know what would it take to get him, bring him in here? A 4th or 5th round pick, maybe. There are 17 days left now before the trade deadline, which is at 4 o'clock on November the 5th. Hang on just a second. I have no doubt Brad Holmes will do something, but I think a lot depends on how the Lions look defensively tomorrow. You want a final score? I'll give you a final score. On a last-second field goal by Jake Bates, the Lions win 31-30 tomorrow. That's the way I'm calling it anyway. I think I had them losing this morning when we made our predictions with Andy. But Lions 31, Vikings 30. That's the way I'm looking at it right now. As I said before, too, this game, someone said, too, that the Lions could sweep the Vikings, but because of the Lions' tough schedule and the Vikings' easy schedule, the Vikings could still win the division. I think the Lions' greatest challenge this year will come from the other 3 teams within their division, but I fully expect them to do something before the trade deadline. But I think a lot depends on how they look tomorrow. After Hutch went down last Sunday, the defense played pretty good, but I think by that time, the Cowboys had already thrown in the towel. They've got a lot of problems in Dallas, but that's not our worry. That's tough luck for Jerry. And as long as Jerry Jones continues to have complete control of that team down there, they're not going anywhere. They just threw a bunch of money at Dak Prescott, and how's that working out so far? Cowboys can't win at home. So, where they used to be invincible at home. Now they can't win at home. So, I think, like I said, I think the Lions will pull one out tomorrow for the last-second field goal. But remember one thing, the Vikings MO or method of operation is they jump out to an early lead. So what the Lions cannot do is get down early. If they get down 2 scores early, it'd be tough to come back. Because now you can't run the ball. Again, I think they should use the run to set up the pass tomorrow. And another thing, too, as far as the injury front goes, Kevin Zeitler is out for the Lions. He'll be replaced by Coyote Awasika, who I think is filling in at right guard, who might be one of the better backups in the league right now, on the offensive line. So I have no problems with Awasika stepping in and playing for Kevin Zeitler. I'm sure he'll do a fine job tomorrow. Carlton Davis was a little bit doubtful a couple of days ago. He will be playing. He's in. The Vikings will be without. Where is it? Blake Cashman, probably one of their better defensive players. Maybe their best. He's got turf toe. Linebacker Blake Cashman is out for the Vikings tomorrow. I think that's advantage Lions. I really do. So 1 o'clock kickoff. The main event tonight in college football, and it's on ABC at 7:30. Georgia and Texas. Number 5 Georgia versus number 1 Texas. That's the main event tonight. Of course, the main event tomorrow. There are a lot of good matchups tomorrow. Ravens, Bucks, and of course Lions, Vikings. But the main event tomorrow is a 4:25 game Super Bowl rematch, Kansas City and San Francisco. So plenty good matchups here for the next couple of nights or days for football. We'll get this out of the way here. Do one last commercial, and then we'll get you off to the game. Tim Lilly, Quality PC in downtown Hillsdale, the place to go for all your tech service needs, whether it be sales or service. Anything at all at 37 Waldron Street, downtown Hillsdale, a couple hundred feet west of Howell. 517-610-5372. Anything at all, folks. Computers, new or used. Maybe the computer you have now needs some work done on it. Flat screen TV, mounting setup, internet installation, printers, new or anything at all. Anything at all that involves technical services. This is the guy you want to see in our area. Tim Lindley, Quality BC in downtown Hillsdale, 37 Waldron Street. Again, 517-610-5372, or better still, get in there and see him. And as I said, 37 Waldron Street. And when you do, tell him me, Mickey, sent you. Will you please? Thank you. Okay, that's going to do it. Let's get to the game. Michigan and Illinois. Actually, Michigan State plays Iowa tonight at 7:30. I'll talk to you again on Tuesday. Until then, remember, treat each other with respect. Have a good rest of your weekend, and so long, everybody.